Dear Elijah and Elena, love is blind. Well, is love blind really? What does that even mean? Well, let's kind of think about that a little bit. So, people sometimes will say love is blind. You may hear, I don't really hear that as much now. I think that was more of a popular thing back when I was younger. But some days you might hear that. You may hear people say love is blind. So if you look at it from the Bible standpoint, you basically are to be loving to all people. And with, when it comes to being loving to all people, you basically don't hold their faults against them. You basically don't, when they make a mistake, quote unquote sin or what have you against you, you don't hold their faults against them, right? Okay, but here's another thing with that. All right. You don't have to hold a person's faults against them, but that doesn't necessarily mean you need to completely dismiss them either. Let's break that down a little bit. Okay. So let's say, for example, Elena or Elijah. Sometimes it happens to many women. I've noticed over the years. I've come from a family of women who've been abused in different ways. It can be emotionally or physically. So abuse doesn't just happen one way, mentally. So Elena, I might be speaking towards you, but Elijah, this could go for you too. So let's say you are in a relationship or you end up in a relationship. Now, I've talked about relationships previously, where I hope that you don't just do a bunch of dating just to date people. I hope you kind of live by standards, and then you have people that you come across that'll live by those standards as well. Otherwise, you kind of maybe wasting your time. But anyway, when it comes to love is blind, some people I've heard women in the past say, well, let's say you come across a person who's dated a person who is a serial abuser, right? So serial, S-E-R-I-A-L. They've been abusive to this person a long time, and it just seems like it doesn't stop. And many times you'll hear women, like I said, very rarely men, but many times you'll hear women say, well, I thought he was going to change. I thought I could change him, or what have you, right? I love him. I don't want to hold his sins against him and stuff like that. Well, Elena, here's the thing. I want you to be loving as possible. I want you to be a kind of a love is blind kind of person. But I don't want you to be an idiot either. I don't want you to be anybody's punching bag. Matter of fact, I hope to put you in martial arts one day so you can be at a punch bag if somebody ever puts their hands on you. But my thing is that I want you to remember that I don't want you to ever, you and Elijah, to ever get to the point where you think, oh, okay, well, love is blind, so therefore I need to stay here and allow people, this person to abuse me. Love is blind, so therefore I need to continue to be a doormat for someone. My father and my mothers did not raise me to be a doormat. Your mother, my wife, is not a doormat, and I do not try to treat her as one. And I do not want either of you to be a doormat. So yes, love is blind, but do not be foolish with your love. Do not continue to allow yourself to go down that road. Here's another thing. You may say, well, why should I continue to be to not be foolish, as you say, Dad? Well, another reason is because being abused mentally, emotionally, physically can tear you down, and it can make you end up hating yourself and just not having a happy life, a life full of joy. And Dad and your mom does not want that for you. So, love is blind, yeah, but do not be foolish with your love. Something to think about. Thank you for watching the Operation Fatherhood channel. Please subscribe, like, and share. Let's try to be a blessing to others and be a blessing to other fathers everywhere. Peace.